Subscribe the channel for latest updates. Press the bell icon. Get ready for the dictation at the count of 3, 2, 1, start. Federalism, according to Dicey, is a weak form of government because it involves division of power between the center and the units. Every modern federation, however, has sought to avoid this weakness by providing for the assumption of larger powers by the federal government whenever unified action is necessary by reason of internal or external emergent circumstances. For different kinds of emergencies, the Indian Constitution confers extraordinary powers upon the Union. The emergency provisions provided under the Constitution enable the federal government to acquire the strength of a unitary system whenever the exigencies of the situation so demand. There are times when a nation is unexpectedly and suddenly overtaken by events and forces which seriously endanger its security and the lives of its citizens. Such situations may require that the individual liberties of the citizens be temporarily suspended in order to cope with the dangers confronting the nation. Emergency situations place democratic governments in a real dilemma by bringing about a conflict between its primary obligation to protect the integrity of the state and its equally important obligation to protect the human rights of its citizens and other persons within its jurisdiction. The state is forced into a choice between competing values and the sacrifice of one to the other. That is the rationale of emergency provisions, which finds place in many national constitutions, permitting the suspension of guaranteed fundamental rights. Emergency provision is a unique feature of Indian Constitution that allows the center to assume wide powers so as to handle special situations. In emergency, the center can take full legislative and executive control of any state. Emergency provision also allows the center to curtail or suspend freedom of the citizens. Existence of emergency provision in the constitution is a big reason why academicians are hesitant to call Indian constitution as fully federal. The Indian Constitution provides for three different kinds of abnormal situations which call for a departure from the normal governmental machinery set up by the Constitution. An emergency due to war and external aggression or armed rebellion, Article 352. It is also known as national emergency. Failure of constitutional machinery in states, Article 356, also known as presidential rule. Financial emergency, Article 360. Part 28 of the Constitution permits the state to suspend various civil liberties and the application of certain federal principles during presidential proclaimed status of emergency. Under Article 352 of the Constitution provides for the imposition of emergency when following situations are present: war, external aggression, or internal rebellion. Article 352 says that if the President is satisfied that a grave emergency exists whereby the security of India or any part of it is threatened due to outside aggression or armed rebellion, he may make a proclamation to that effect regarding whole of India or a part thereof. However, subclause 3 says that President can make such a proclamation only upon the written advice of the Union Cabinet. Such a proclamation must be placed before each house of the Parliament and must be approved by each house within 1 month of the declaration of the proclamation, otherwise it will expire. It should be noted herein that in explanation to Article 352, it has is provided that for proclamation of emergency, it is not necessary that external aggression or armed rebellion has actually happened. It can be proclaimed even if there is a possibility of the happening of external aggression or armed rebellion.